If you're ready for the real truth as to how to get in the best shape of your life, both mentally as well as physically, this episode is for you because we are going to go right to the point as to what you need to do to actually succeed in this. And the reason I'm making this episode today is because I've been having a bunch of one-on-one calls lately. And there's one thing that helps every single individual succeed. And it has to do with the saying, if you fail to plan, you plan to fail. So truth number one out of the 3 truths I'm going to give you today is that if you want to succeed on your fitness goal, you gotta plan ahead. The people who I work with tend to be extremely busy individuals. One of my clients I have been working with for a couple of months now, she's super busy, and we found out that the simple, easy hack that she needed to do was pack a bunch of protein snacks so that she wouldn't continuously eat the pizza, eat the chips, or whatever was laying around because she forgot to eat and then would end up eating whatever was laying around. We all have different patterns that we do when we're busy, when we're going about our life, our days, that is holding us back. And it's typically like one little something, habit, pattern that holds us back from actually accomplishing our goal. So if you can look at your schedule, look at your day, look at your entire week and ask yourself, okay, for me to succeed towards my goal this week, and I'm assuming in this case that you already know the basics of what macros you need, the basics of what progressive overload program you need, the basics of how you need to work out in order for you to improve your physical strength and accomplish your goals in that way. I have so many different episodes sharing that step by step as to what you need to do to reach it from a more practical level. And so because I've talked about that so much, today is more so about how do we actually make it happen. And so if you take a look at your week, you can ask yourself, okay, this week, I'm going to be pretty busy. What are the protein snacks? Let's say you tend to be low on protein. What are the protein snacks that I need to make sure to have on me throughout this week so that I do not fail in eating the nutrition that I need to be eating in order for me to reach my physical fitness goal? What are the plans that I can meal plan ahead of time, or what are the meals that I can quickly grab when I'm on the go? What do I need in order for me to set myself up for absolute success when it comes to nutrition? Same goes if you're someone who tends to open the cupboard at night past 8 p.m. and you know that that is the one single habit that's holding you back from accomplishing your goal. Make a commitment to yourself that this week there's no late night snacking after 8 p.m. That cupboard is closed and you are not going to allow yourself one single time to break that promise to yourself, because if you break it once, you're going to break it again and again and again. But if you just keep it that one day where it feels so tempting to open that cupboard, you're going to prove to yourself that you are freaking badass and you can keep the promises that you make to yourself. So if you can look at your week schedule, make a plan and stick to the plan, you are going to succeed. It's as simple as that. Same goes with your workout. Do you tend to say to yourself in the morning, even though you planned on a morning workout, that, oh, you're going to do it after work, and then when it's after work, you're too tired and you don't get it done? Look at your week and ask yourself, when during the week will I have time? Will I commit to making sure that I get in this workout so that I can accomplish this fitness goal? Because fitness needs to be a part of your life. It needs to be included into your life. It's not that because you do one thing, you can't do the other. I believe you can do it all. But strategic planning is so essential. It's important because otherwise our day is just going to go by. It's the same when we have so many different things that we need to do, both in our business and in our personal life and in our hobbies and our social environment and our family, whatever, all the things that are going on in our life. If we can, once again, plan our week as to what we want for it to look like and then time audit, say that from this time to this time, I did this and this. And from this time to this time, I did this and this. I believe that we can become so much more aware of how we're actually spending our time, because oftentimes, 15 minutes goes with scrolling, 15 minutes goes with maybe talking on the phone when that was a time where you actually needed to stay focused on a task at hand. If you can make a time audit, if you can plan ahead and then make sure that you're actually sticking to the plan, the likelihood of you succeeding is going to be so much larger. Same goes with sleep. I've talked about this so many times. We talk about it so much inside of my Dream Life community. Set a nighttime alarm. When do you need to go to bed in order for you to wake up feeling refreshed and ready to freaking crush your day? Are you going to journal in the morning so that you remind yourself of your goals, so that you work through anything that's going on in your life and put everything down on paper so that your mind isn't cluttered with all these thoughts and different challenges that potentially you're dealing with? Make a plan for the week and stick to the plan. Truth number 2 is that it is going to get hard before it gets easy. A lot of my Dream Life Society community members, which I will link down below in the case you want to join us. We're currently doing the September Transformation Challenge. We run different challenges every single month, and it is powerful, the growth that I'm seeing inside of the September Transformation Challenge. Like, the people are on freaking fire applying all of the different tools that I provide inside of my app. And inside there, the people who are now starting to really dive into the nutrition because they've realized that the nutrition aspect of their fitness journey is what that's been holding them back. They're sharing that in the beginning, it feels a little bit hard because if you've never worked with macros before and you've never tracked and you've never really understood what is in the different foods that you eat, then yes, it is going to initially feel a little bit challenging. Same with when you first get into working out. A workout is going to feel so hard, but eventually you're going to get addicted. And same with food. When you start eating healthier, more high protein, eventually you're going to get addicted because it makes you feel so energized and so freaking good. So initially, the resistance is going to be very, very large. Maybe the first week, no, maybe the second week, no, but the third week when, the motivation potentially has faded, it can get more challenging. But that's when you have to remind yourself that resistance is going to be there. There's no way around it. And you just got to stick to the plan. You gotta go through the hard before it gets easy. And I can promise you, if you've been wanting to make this happen for your life and you're now on this journey, there's a reason for it. It's because you can see that there's something greater ahead of you waiting for you, but you have to push through that initial resistance. You have to push past the hard before it can get easy. And the more you show up for yourself, the more you're rewiring your brain to believe that you have the identity of someone who sticks to the plan, who shows up for themselves when it comes to their sleep, their nutrition, their workouts, their whatever daily habits that make them feel really, really, really good within. And the more you do it, the more it becomes a part of your identity and the easier it gets. And that's why I'm such a firm believer, at least for my life, that discipline equals freedom. If I set up the routines that make me feel good, I'm going to feel so free because I'm not going to feel like I'm continuously being pulled back into old patterns and habits that really don't align with the vision I have for my future self. So show up when it no longer feels exciting. Just stick to the plan. That's the mantra we have inside of my Dream Life Society. Stick to the plan. And it works wonders. If you just stick to the plan, you will reach your goal. And oh my goodness, are you going to feel amazing. It's not about finding the next perfect quick fix. It's about creating a plan that's going to work for you long term, that you're going to stick to. And that leads me to the final third truth. You need every single day to remind yourself of the goal. What is the goal? Why is this important for you to go for? Why do you need to do this for yourself every day? That's why I'm such a big fan of journaling. It's because if you every single day remind yourself of your why, maybe put on some Tony Robbins motivation or whoever speaks and resonates with you every single day, you gotta really dive deep into why you need to make this happen, because the resistance is going to be there. It's going to show up again and again, but you got to be strong enough to fight through it. I hope you go out there this week and go full on and live in full alignment with who it is that you want to be. Getting in the best shape of your life is not about a quick fix. It's about consistency, repetitive action taking again and again and again. And I know you're capable of it. If you want me to be your guide, I would love for you to join my Dream Life Society or my next transformation challenge. I'll put the link below. Please go out there and make yourself proud today. I'm sending you so much love and light. And as always, remember that in order for you to grow, you have to challenge your norm. Bye.